What's happening, everybody? It's Anthony from The Daily Truth, the truth in 5 minutes or less. I want to get into this quick. I want to make it short. I want to put it on all the different social media channels, including Instagram, but this is on all my networks and channels. So please like this video, share this video, do all the things with this video. I don't have a ton of time today. I'm starting a little later. There's a lot going on, personal life, work life, all of it. So this is something important because as much as what's going on in my life, it's got nothing on what's happening to those that live in South Carolina, North Carolina, obviously the people in Florida that are bracing for yet another ridiculously massive hurricane that is taking a direction that no other hurricane has ever taken before. Super weird. With that said, this is the importance of this video. This is not I'm not saying politically, I'm not saying Kamala or Trump or anything like that. I'm talking about the fact that the thing that disgusts me is what is the truth in this video. And this is why I would appreciate if you like it and share this video. Feel free to comment. Tell me where you're watching from. If you're in North Carolina, South Carolina, dealing with this stuff, I pray for you. I hope things are going to get better, but it is massively messed up. And this is what's the most messed up, is that there is ignorance happening in different parts of the country all over by people. This is a typical behavior that we have as a society now, where if it's not touching us, like if your freedom of speech is not being encroached on, then it's not actually happening. If your house is not under floodwaters and FEMA is not doing anything and the federal government is not doing anything, it's not happening to you. Therefore, it's not happening. And if we turn on the television and the mainstream media and they're saying it's fine. There were helicopters. We had people stationed there before. How many helicopters? I mean, this is a pretty big deal. What is being done now? And the underreporting of said potentially dead bodies is staggering because of what people are saying in these areas. And all of a sudden, as a country, we are believing the media, we are believing the news, we are believing the federal government saying everything's fine, when we literally have people screaming at the top of their lungs in places like North Carolina, places like Asheville, outside that all these areas where roads are washed away, homes are washed away, their homes are under mud. They're seeing so many dead bodies they don't know what to do with. Refrigeration systems are completely full. Like, by refrigeration, I mean the actual deceased. And then at the same time, the whole issue with Starlink and trying to get some kind of internet so they have communication, and Elon Musk saying what is a conspiracy theory that FEMA was blocking his aid has actually been proven true by Pete Buttigieg because they fixed it. If there was a problem to fix, then guess what? It was actually happening. But all the fact checking and all the social medias have said, oh, no, that's a lie, because Karine Jean-Pierre and the federal government has said that is a lie. We're doing everything we can. That is a lie. That is a lie. When all reality, it was then by admitting that they had to fix it. And again, kudos to fixing it. But fact is, it was happening. So the only reason why it's been fixed is because people are screaming at the top of their lungs. And it is disgusting to me. And this is my point. And this is where it gets important. This is where I would love for you to share this video. It is disgusting to me that there are so-called empathetic people or empaths that identify with whatever party you want to say, but I think we know where we're going, that are literally saying, those that are up in arms, thinking that FEMA or the federal government or charities that are bloated with way too much money, like the American Red Cross, and not actually helping anyone, that those people are doing the best that they can. Trust me, that I've been hearing that they're doing what they can. It's not FEMA's fault. That is the purpose of the federal government. This is when the elements of this country's socialism actually need to step up, when there is such just grave danger and catastrophic failure. If I sound angry right now, it's because I am. Because when I see these people that tell me that I'm one way because of the way that I believe or the way that I vote, and then they don't give a shit about people, the other part on the side of this country that they're a couple states removed from, because it's not happening to them, it makes me want to right across the face. And that's not a sign for violence. It's a metaphorical. But in all reality, are you that blind? So until a tornado hits your house directly and you don't get the help you need, then all of a sudden it's a non-issue. How non-empathetic is that? How ignorant is that? And then you think about the fact that there's a couple people that are like, oh, I had to deal with FEMA. FEMA was great for me. Great. Am I saying that FEMA is a complete failure every time? No. But in this instance, they are. And we need to find a way to help these people. There is independent folks, neighbors, extended communities that are doing 10 times more than the federal government. And trust me, I do believe that's the way that life should work. I think we should help our neighbors. But in this instance, we pay effing tax dollars. These people, wealthy, middle class, low class, that are just getting hammered right now, have been paying tax dollars their whole entire life, and they're not getting the help they need in their greatest time of need. This is not the day after the hurricane. This is not 2 days after the hurricane. We are now 10 days after the hurricane hit, more than 10 days after the hurricane hit, and they are still stranded there. There are still people that don't have food. There are still people that don't have functioning water. Like, what world do you have to be in, whether you live in Illinois, Utah, Los Angeles, wherever you are, to actually believe what the federal government is telling us over what the individuals and citizens, other fellow Americans, are dealing with on an actual basis? It boggles my mind. It infuriates me. Shame on you for feeling a different way. This is a different tone than I typically take in my daily truths. But when I talked a little bit about this last week, there was a lot of people from that area that follow me that thanked me for this message. And I want to continue it because it's been a week and nothing, pardon me, has fucking changed. So the reason why it's not changing is because there are still people standing by and saying, trust me, they're doing everything they can, while we're approving massive amounts of money to other countries. If you want me to get into the Lebanon thing, I'll do it very quick because I want to wrap this up. I don't want it to be that long. So lastly, people that are saying that's a ridiculous correlation about the fact that we just talked about, we freed up hundreds of millions of funds to bring our yearly spend in Lebanon to $400 million. Let's think about this around the board. The reason why Lebanon got bombed is from Israel. We fund Israel's, Israel funds a lot themselves, but we pay for the bombs. We give a lot of funding. And whether people know me, I'm more of a pro-Israel kind of guy, but let's think about what we're doing here. We funded the bombs. We help pay for the bombs. Those bombs go and they blow up parts of Lebanon. Lebanon is in destruction. And now we are paying with our military industrial complex. We are now paying for their actual ability to rebuild, and the humanitarian aid. The humanitarian aid, by the way, I know is designated towards them, but let's think about how insensitive of timing that is. So you're giving them money because of the fact that we funded the same bombs that they are needing to be rebuilding from or surviving from. That's just the same as creating a really bad food system, creating a lot of medicine that makes people sick later in life and then giving them more medicine. Also what we do in the United States of America. And if you wonder why people are upset about that, it's because we can't even help our own right now when they are in need. And what is probably one of the, take Katrina, take Harvey. I don't think as of right now, it's looking like their danger or their destruction is either very similar or this is actually even worse. And now we've got a Cat 4, Cat 5 hurricane coming to hit the side of Florida right now. Crazy. So all this video is trying to do is to try to give you some semblance of idea how insensitive and how ridiculous you are being if you are in the middle of America, if you're some whatever person that is just saying, trust me, you talking about FEMA not doing their job, or you saying federal government is dropping the ball is disgusting. They are doing everything they can. They are not doing everything they can. And you can't tell me that because everybody that lives there hasn't even seen anybody from a federal agency anywhere near the hardest hit areas. So I believe the people that are struggling because they're people and not government officials. Start to think of it that way. And maybe your brain will shift and you won't be such a non-empathetic piece of crap. The reason why I'm intense about that is when I'm called deemed ridiculous things, it frustrates me, especially since the people that are supposedly the most empathetic don't really give a crap when it's not at their doorstep or when it's not something that is a virtue signaling mess. So I pray for the people in North Carolina right now. I mean, there's only a couple places to donate. American Red Cross, I would suggest, be completely disbanded because they don't do shit for people except for about that much. I think 5%. It's shitty. So anyways. That's it. That's my rant for today. Please share this video. I don't understand. Like, I understand that the government sucks and that the federal government doesn't help. FEMA sucks. I understand that. But when we have these other fellow Americans that don't trust other fellow Americans, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's frustrating. It's infuriating. If you want to be in my speaking class, my free speaking class on Wednesday, it is free. It's like Toastmasters on steroids. Go to doubledownspeaking.com. Don't surrender your pets. Don't be a garbage human being. God bless. Take it easy.